Alright, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? We're live! Sweet. Sweet. We're live. We are live, and it is late. It's 1:40 in the morning, December 19th. And I'm doing beers for December 17th and 18th. Last night I did 15 and 16. Thought I was going to do 17, but the cold was just a little too much, and I wasn't feeling a third beer. Today, still got the cold. Feeling a lot better, though. My nose is definitely plugged up like a crazy mother, crazy shit thing. But you know what? Gotta power through it. Gotta at least put out 2 today. 17, 18, and tomorrow I'll be able to do 19. This cold kind of got things a little off track. But you know what? Shit happens, and you just gotta roll with the punches. So, with that said, guys, beer, 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 beer all in my belly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to me, Brewski, for the Brewski reviews of the 2018 craft beer advent calendar. And like I said, we're gonna do 17 and 18 here. So let's crack open 17. I just pulled them out of the fridge and the freezer. Don't worry, 18 is not frozen. I just needed to quick chill it, which is fine. And today the beer we have is from Alvin. I think that's how you pronounce it, Alvin. It's a product of Belgium. I was like the last ones from White Pony, where they're products of Belgium, but for an Italian brewery, not too sure. I think this might be from Belgium beer from Belgium. Let's actually bring it up. Actually, let's tell you about the beer first. This is Morpheus Saison, coming in at 6% alcohol by volume, and an unlisted IBU. Very nice, I guess, logo, kind of like a old style paper, or like a not construction paper. I don't know. It's like a very dull sort of brown, deep light brown sort of paper, and just Morpheus Saison sort of in a almost like a typewritery text. Very, very simple, but I kind of like it. I'm actually a big fan of that. Very simple, but pretty cool. Let's find a website here that I can put into the computer. Let's put Alvin, ALVINNE brewery, and as well on Untappd. So it is from Belgium. Okay, cool. Why is it now that my nose gets to be super plugged? Maybe because I'm doing it live, and it likes to, your cold likes to be a little pain, be a little pain in your ass. Gets you when you're not expecting it. So let's go to the beers. I don't need to hear myself. Traditional. Here we go. Perfect. Oh, sweet. They have it on the website. That's awesome. Untappd. Perfect. This beer's coming in, and like I said, at 6% ABV. No listed IBUs on the website. Untappd still has nothing. That's showing it at 7 ABV, but the website's coming in at 6. Same with the bottle of beer here. So it's a Saison. Morpheus strong beer. Very, very nice. Let's crack it open. Let's see what we got. I don't think I've had a Saison in a little bit, which is kind of weird. That's gonna... Uh-oh. Oh, and it's still coming. Okay, it looks like we're just going to quickly pour this. Looks like some air got in, and, is trying to trying to escape quite rapidly, so we're just going to pour it all in here. You know what? We haven't had a beer from the pack that's done that in a little bit, but I expected it to happen sooner or later. That definitely wasn't on as tight as I would have hoped, but just no shit happens. And you kind of just roll with the punches, just like anything. So we're actually going to take a look at the beer. Very nice color, very orangey. Nice sediment in the bottom, floating around. Not huge chunks, just nice, decently little chunks kind of thing. Very, very nice beer. Nice white head on top, or just slightly off-white head. Yeah, very nice looking beer. Looks like a solid saison. Let's have a smell with this plugged up nose. Oh, that actually, oh wow, that smells good. Thank God, beer, beer can always get through here. Can always get through a plugged nose. Just gotta breathe, and just gotta, has that funky saison, or funky, yeasty, typical saison smell. Get some white grape. Get some pear, get some crisp apple even. But yeah, funky yeast, love it. Not, oh, I got a mustache here getting put up in my nose. That's not fun. Very, very nice smell. Smells like a damn good saison. Let's have a sip. Well, that's actually still really goodly carbonated. Didn't lose carbonation, which is awesome. Oh, 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 that's tasty. That's quite tasty. Got a little bit of sediment still in the head. Actually, sort of just clung onto the head, onto the foam from the bottle pour. Very, very nice. I love saisons just because of that yeastiness in here. Woo-wee. Solid time. That's amazing. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Let's get into the flavors of here, because I sort of just bypassed that. Mmm. That's real nice. Typical saison flavors. Oh wow, this beer's just giving me a nice round of life right now. Mmm. That is amazing. You get your funky saison, yeasty flavors, very, very funky, but a nice white grape. Boom, nice like sourdough bread, crisp pear, like a bitter, crisp, semi-sweet apple, sort of like a Granny Smith apple in crispness. Excuse me. That's sort of what I'm getting from this beer. Wow. And I really wasn't up for a beer today, or tonight at least, just because I'm a plugged up nose, but I did this for you guys. I do it for you because I know not a lot of you who are subscribed. But you know what? You 83 of you, gotta do it for you guys. You know what? Gotta keep doing it. That's a solid beer. A little bit too bitter. Right at the finish. Sort of weird bitterness going on there. But just ever so slightly. Doesn't ruin the beer at all. Absolutely just gorgeous. Gorgeous saison. Some saisons, they can be a little too light. I think the brewers get a little bit worried with the flavors. They're weird, they're funky, they're intense sometimes. This one, in your face saison, wonderful beautifulness. I love it. Crisp. A slightly creamy mouthfeel. Light to moderate mouthfeel. Very, very nice. Give me a nice second wind. Like I said, I wasn't prepared for a beer tonight, but you know what? I'm really happy I did. It's gonna help me get over this cold, despite what anybody else says. I think you just gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you love. Even when you're feeling down, when you're feeling a little bit stuffed up, a little bit plugged, a little sick, still gotta do it, guys. Because it will make you feel better because you're doing what you love. Really good beer. The finish, that last note that you get is a quite bitter funkiness going on, but it's definitely, it's nothing like the beer last night. What the hell was that? The El Jefe or El Jefe. Nothing like that at all. Nothing like that. It's just slightly bitter at the finish. Some people might not like it. Me, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but the rest of the beer, absolutely phenomenal. Great stuff, great stuff. Moving over to the bottle, I'll show you what the design looks like. Very simple design, almost like parchment paper sort of color. And you got your typewriter font as well. Very nice. Something about it. I don't know. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's the font. I think it's just all of it together. Really, really nice. Very simple, but still looks great in my opinion. So, Morpheus Saison, 6% ABV, unknown IBUs. Ingredients: water, malt, hops, and yeast. Contains barley. Best Before Plus lot, Sea Crown cap. Speaking of which, looks like I lost the cap. That's a little bit of a bummer. Try to find it. Return for refund. Product of Belgium. Brewery Alvine or Alvini. Not sure how to pronounce it. 330ml bottle. I want to find that cap. I have no idea where it went. If it went under the couch, that's not it. That's definitely not it. Is this it? Nope. There you go. I don't know where it went, guys. Did I lose it? I think I totally lost it. That's okay. Maybe not. Okay, so there is a best before date. So you can. Oh, I found it. No. This is the bright cap, but no information. Sea Crown cap. I don't see any date, and it wasn't on there. It wasn't on the cap. Well, I'm a little confused. It wasn't on the inside. It wasn't on the outside. Unknown best before and lot number. That's fine. I mean, they said it's there. I didn't see it. Maybe they didn't put it on. Not too sure at the moment. Not the end of the world, though. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Quite bubbly. Nice and effervescent. Beautiful. Yeah, so we have ingredients. That's all we really have. And supposedly, lot number and a best before date. Yes. Okay. Not too bad. All it's really missing is IBUs and description. And I guess in a sense, best before lot number kind of thing. These really hurt my temples. Let's try the Santa hat again. That's a little bit better. Jeez, excuse me. So many burps, and you never see the burps because I usually edit them out. But doing live, gotta have the burps. Moving over to the website now. Alvine.com, ALVINNE.com. You come over to the beer section and you find under the traditional ales, the Morpheus Saison. We do have a description here, so that's really, really cool. Morpheus Saison is a blonde, medium hoppy, thirst-quenching beer belonging to the Belgian Saison style. Saison is a historic beer style that was formerly brewed by farmers in the Hainaut region. Probably Saisons used to be slightly sour. To get this effect, a small amount of the sour omega is added to the main brew, which is fermented with a Belgian Saison yeast. Very, very nice. This gives the beer its own character, of which the refreshingly acidic touch in the background is the main characteristic without losing any accessibility or taste balance. Very, very nice indeed. The Morpheus Saison is traditional Saison with a refreshing acid touch. Alcohol percentage of 6. Sweet, they got some little scales here. They have a sweet scale, 2 out of 5 heads. Acid, 1 out of 5 heads. Bitter, 3 out of 5 heads. And then also list the ingredients as well. Malt, water, hops, and yeast. Very, very nice. I like how they give that a little bit of a description, not only of the beer, but slightly of the style of beer as well. A little bit of history there. Saisons are a very, funky sort of style. They do. The saisons are similar to farmhouse ales. I'm pretty sure, where they were brewed by farmhands, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment box below. That I guess the helpers of a house would be able to make and to drink. I forget if it was just during the day, after the day, or at a particular time of year, time of season, as well. But a very, very, I guess, from what from what my interpretation is of a saison, is sort of like I wouldn't say a poor man's beer, but the working man's beer. Back in the day, that's sort of how I'm understanding the style and who really drank the style at that time. Even now, some people, it's a style where it is funky. It is the flavors in a sense are off. They're funky, they're bitter, they're sour, they're like even acidic even. Definitely way different than your traditional lagers. And I think that's why they were the way that they were brewed by the farmhands and whatnot. So something very interesting there, and even now some people still don't really like saisons. Me, I'm lucky to be one of the guys that, when I first had a saison, yeah, I thought it was really funky and really weird, but at the same time I was very intrigued by the flavors because they were so different, and in a sense very complex. You have that white grape, you sometimes get, like in this case, that crisp apple or pear sort of note going on in that funky saison yeast. Ooh, very, very funky, very, very interesting. Something that I think it's one of the styles where either you love it or you hate it. I've never really seen a big progression of flavor of flavor from the first time I had a saison to now, compared to, say, like IPAs. IPAs changed a lot, and pale ales as well, changed a shit ton between the first time having them and now. I didn't get a real drastic progression like that with saisons between my first one and the current one. And that's something to note. I think either you like it or you hate it. Me, I like a good saison. I hate when some of the breweries sort of make it a little bit more mellow, make it a bit less on the flavor. I think me and Jordan and Douglas did one quite a while ago by the same brewery that does Fat Tug IPA. I think they're out in BC or something. That one was a little weak for as far as saisons go, and I don't like that. I like them big and strong, full flavored, kind of, no BS going on. So just something to note indeed. Sorry, I got a little bit of a hangnail here. We're just gonna get rid of that so it stops catching on things. Sorry, that might be a little gross for some people, but what can you do? That's showbiz, baby. And just spat. That's even grosser. Whatever. Moving on to Untappd. Ooh, that bitterness. Yeah. Slightly acidic. Nice little bitterness right at the finish. A little too strong for me, just slightly. Might have to do also with the cold that I have. Might be influencing the flavor a little bit. Not bad though. Overall, great beer, but still, that little bit sometimes gets you, sometimes doesn't. And again, I do have a cold. That might be a bit of an issue there, but I digress. Let's move on to Untappd, guys. Untappd Morpheus Saison has been given a 3.43 bottle caps out of 5. Come to think of it, a lot of these beers that have been in this advent calendar haven't really been given huge, amazing scores. I think average is about 3.5, 3.6. It seems just from my memory, a lot of low 3s, very good mid 3s, maybe 1 or 2 4s. But yeah, I think they're a little harsh on these. Obviously, this has been around for quite a bit because this is showing 7 ABV, where maybe the previous rendition was 7. This one, 6. And that rating, that 3.43 bottle caps, is at a 1400 rating. So this beer has been around for a while, seeing that it was added on sometime in 2017. And there is a slightly different description here. Saison, brewed with our own wild house yeast strain, Morpheus, and with Saison yeast. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Blended with 10% phi, or pi, PHI, to give it a refreshing sour touch. Somebody said, Advent Calendar gave me this brew. Unfortunately, I think there was an extra fermentation after being bottled. This was in the Advent beer, and it made me think these aren't bad beers, but rather beers that have gone bad. Canada Craft Club. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, so I'm not the only one who had Boom with the foam, because one other person says, usually not a fan of Saison beers, but this was delicious, very smooth and very well balanced citrus. Beware of opening it though. Boom goes the foam, and that it does. Somebody else says, quite dramatic beer here, pours hazy golden with explosive head, a gusher. Citrus and something like oak and apricot. I can actually get the like oak and apricot. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one with the explosive head. You know, that's the thing. Some of these beers are some beers that you have throughout, you know, that you have throughout, I guess, your beer drinking career. You crack it open, whether it be a can or specifically in this case a bottle where the head just kind of gets away from you. You gotta watch out. You gotta see the signs. If you see the head sort of around here already, nice big foam with very little movement, watch out. Once you crack it, you gotta get that glass ready, or at least a napkin or something, because it's gonna come out. It's gonna make a big mess, and that's happened to everybody. Don't feel ashamed if that happens to you. It happens to everybody. It's a learning experience. It's exactly what it is. But yeah, overall, extremely nice beer. I'm a big fan of this. Cheers, my final sip, guys. Let's get right to ratings. Wow. There's that apricot. Or like a peach. Like a nice sweet peach. Ooh, I want more and it's already gone. Shame. So one gripe I have with the 2018 Beer Advent Calendar is that they're small. You know, you get 330ml bottles, or 341s, or 355 cans. I'm used to tall boys. You know, Canada, being up in here, I can't even speak. Being here in Canada, everybody, and I mean everybody, generally produces tall boy 473ml cans. For you American viewers, I'm not sure what the ounces is that. I think what ounces that is. I think it's about 16 ounces, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. These 330 bottles, 341s, not cutting it for me. 355ml cans, definitely better, but still not as good as a tall boy, guys. Not as good as a tall boy. That's something that you guys need to definitely realize. But overall, this beer, amazing. You know, nice funky Saison, nice beautiful Saison yeast. Ooh, beautiful, bitter, crisp, a little bit of apple, a little bit of pear. Excuse me. A little bit of that peachiness going on as well. It's like apricot. Somebody mentioned oak, and you know what? That makes sense. You get a little bit of oak. Sometimes you need that little bit of extra help to find out what flavors you're tasting, because sometimes they're masked. Sometimes you're just not recognizing it. Maybe it's more of a background that you do taste, but you're just not on it. Something to note for sure. Amazing beer, tremendous. You know, did explode out of the bottle a little bit, but we caught it, and it didn't have any influence on the effervescence of the beer. So, a tremendous beer, solid 9 out of 10 for me. Absolutely love it. As for presentation, I love the logo. I don't know why. Even though it looks very quote unquote boring, I'm a big fan of this. You got your ingredients, that's perfect. Supposedly there's a brewed on and a lot number on the cap. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. But supposedly there is, so half points on that, I guess. Other than that, no description, no IBUs. Not the end of the world. IBUs, I'd probably put it like a 35 to 40. I'd put it at that. Website, on the other hand, very, very nice. Great pictures for sure. Description of the beer, perfect. A little bit of a description about the style and history of the style. Better, even better. No IBU still listed. That's totally unknown. But I like the little scale of sweet, acid, and bitter. Nice little touch. Nice little touch indeed. Overall presentation gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. Well, guys, with beer for December 17th done, I need to do two things. More just one thing. I need to rinse out this glass real quick because there's a lot of lacing on this. If you haven't seen that, got some beautiful lacing on this glass from that beer. Beautiful, just beautiful. So we gotta rinse this out, and then we gotta crack open beer 18, which is the collaboration brew between Alvini. I gotta know how to pronounce this. Alvini, I don't know. And another brewery. So I'm very excited because this is top notch. Let's see what we got. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go rinse this. I'm gonna go put this away, and I'm gonna crack open the next beer. Cheers, guys. Merry Christmas. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Maybe about 2 minutes. Less than a minute. I don't know. Alrighty, and I'm back. Back for more beer. Yeah, that beer definitely helped a lot with the cold. Can breathe a little better, feel a little better, and especially after a hard day's work, best thing to do is come home to a beer. So, let's do 18. 18 is down here. Perfect. It's still cold. Yes, thank you, freezer. Thank you, freezer. And this beer, also by Alvin, is also not accompanied. I guess accompanied would work. Collaboration beer with Bosny Brewing Company, I guess. This is Une Belle Histoire. Is it History? I don't know. Look, guys. To be honest, I was never a big French person. In Canada, you have to take French from grade 1 all the way up to grade 9. Me and French never really got along. So, pardon me, or pardon-moi. Une belle histoire. That sounds a little bit more Italian, but they're similar languages. This is a farmhouse porter, coming in at 5.6% alcohol by volume. Still, same looking logo. Very, very nice for that parchment paper. I don't know, that's not even the right word. But, you got the typewriter-esque type text on here. Very, very nice indeed. Put that there. Let's look on the website to see if maybe it's under the special beer category. Nope. No, it's not under sour ales. This is nowhere to be found on the website. Ooh. Interesting. That's something that I like. Something that I don't mind too much, actually. It means it's very, very special. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Sorry. Like I said, 5.6. Untapped is putting it at 5.5. They said it's not being produced by the brewery. Oh my lord. It's a farmhouse porter, and not Bosny. Rosny. The R sort of looks like a B on the logo. Rosny beer. And Rosny beer is from France. So the Belgians and the French have come together yet again to, I'm going to switch. I'm just not going to have a hat. This is too hot. This hurts my head. Just Afro day for right now. Afro time. So the other brewery is from France. So that's really, really cool. Cool. Let's crack it open and see what we got. Is this one going to explode like the last one? Okay, now I'm going to check here. It just says 12. The other one said 9 in print on here, but it doesn't say anything else. No brewed on, no best before, no nothing. Totally missed. That's fine. I have no idea what's going on here. Or at least with the brewed on best before date. But let's pour this up. Back into the Black Oak pint glass. I should really know that. I kind of work for them, right? Duh. It's my only glass with this sort of style with the bubble here. I like it. I like the style. Very, very nice. Let's pour it out. Let's stop dilly-dallying. And let's give it a nice pour. You know what? It's a porter. It's a farmhouse porter. I haven't had a farmhouse porter before. So I don't know what that means. If it's going to be a little funky, I'm up for it. Whoa, yeah, I think it is because there's a nice big chunk of sediment just, oh, there it goes, right to the bottom. And this beer it's not black. It's pretty dark, but it's like a really deep brown color. Nice off-white head as well. Very nice indeed. Okay, there is somebody watching and has been watching for a little bit, but I don't know who they are. If you want to, chat, throw someone in the side chat over here. I'm always down to have a little conversation. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. What are you up to? Whoever you may be. But yeah, very nice looking porter. Definitely the lightest porter I've ever had, to be honest. A little bit of like a reddish tinge to it even. Cool. Let's have a smell. Oh, yep. You got some funkiness going on there. We got some nice, a little bit of coffee. Semi-sweet, bitter molasses. But yeah, that funky, I guess, yeastiness almost is coming through too. Ooh. I'm a little nervous about this beer. I'm kind of interested as to see what it's going to taste like. Let's have a sip. Okay. That's a different. Oh, that's a real different flavor. Oh, nice finish though. How do I describe this beer? Okay, it has that funky saison-y sort of yeastiness, or farmhouse ale yeastiness in the front, and that sort of carries on throughout the rest of the flavor. But then you get that chocolate, slightly chocolate, more coffee-heavy flavor, nutty, slightly oaky flavor. And then, but the way that the yeast sort of works in this is that it brings, instead of bitter soury, it's more tart. And I know bitter, sour, and tart can sometimes be very hard to, I guess, figure out what's what. But there are different things. And the reason I say this is that the yeastiness almost gives it a bit of a sweetness to it as well. Sort of like a tart cherry. Because somebody said this was a porter with a very tart cherry. I would believe that. It's very reminiscent of that flavor, of a very tart cherry flavor. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. I almost forgot. Sorry. Gotta cheers, you guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's interesting. Because it's very, you get like I said, you get that saison-y sort of funky yeastiness. Not like I said, but you know what I mean. Funky yeastiness in the front, moving into that coffee, very mellow coffee sort of flavor, and then a nice little bit of chocolate, and then just tart cherry. Everything sort of, it doesn't flow, but then it does flow in the finish. If it's rocky at the start, then it all comes together for a very beautiful, wacky flavor. And I would say it's, mouthfeel-wise, sort of expands all of it. Light, moderate, and heavy in all stages of the set. Comes on light, moves into a medium, and then finally finishes just slightly heavy. Sits in the stomach well. No real lingering flavors, but a little bit of a lingering funkiness, coffee-esque bitterness. Very, very interesting. Extremely interesting beer. Yeah, I would say tart cherries makes them, tart cherries oak. Oaked, like cherries and oak, super tart cherries and oak mixed with a little bit of Saison yeast and a little bit of coffee. I sort of how I'm going to play this beer out. Because it's, I don't know, I really don't, it's a confusing beer. It's a tremendously great beer, but it's also a very tremendously weird ass beer. But I like it. I really do like it. Excuse me. Pretty nice. Sadly, excuse me, no information on the website, which is fine, I guess. Untapped, there is something Untapped, something on Untapped, which is nice. Thankfully. But I still got a lot of beer. And now I gotta figure out what to talk about. Because this is live. You can't just sit there and, cut stuff out in post. This is where you guys also come in. Or for the one person that is watching. Because I have two computers running. YouTube recognizes 2 viewers, but there is one more person watching. And if you have anything to say, please say it. Just to make this go a bit smoother, or I gotta really think on my ass. Pull stuff out of my ass. Think about stuff to talk about. And I can't, other than my colds in general. Or you know what? Let's talk about Christmas. We haven't done that yet. So, Christmas. Where do I start? You got Santa Claus, and then you got Jesus. People believe in Jesus and all that stuff. Personally, I was born, born in Russia. That's where you get the Russian portion of my name. Brought here to Canada. I'm going on a tangent, guys. It's almost 2:20 in the morning. After a long day's work, after a beer, getting a little buzzed. I didn't have too much food in my stomach at the moment. Working in the server's job, Boston Pizza. You're running around all the time. You burn those calories quick. Stomach gets empty. Uh-oh. Sometimes the beers get you a little quicker than you'd want them to. But Christmas. And I can't believe we didn't talk about this yet. I think I've been doing all these beer reviews a little wrong. I started December 19th. Kind of wasted all those other ones. I really didn't. But being live, I guess, is still a very... Whoa. I went from like 3 different subjects. I gotta take a breath. So let's get back on track. Let's get down to the root of this. I'm just gonna ramble, guys. I'm gonna ramble, because I can. It's live. It's my channel. I can do what I want. Perfect. Let's do it. So, live streams are still really weird to me, to be honest. Being the 19th of December, I've been doing a few of these. It is different than pre-recording. Pre-recording in itself is already weird as all shit, because you're looking at a camera. You're looking at a lens. But with that, you're supposed to be, you're trying to portray yourself to look at an audience of real life people. Because essentially you are, just through a screen. But that's exactly what you're doing. And it's weird. And when you're live, it's even weirder because they see you, or the odd person will see you, at every single second that you're living. You know, give or take a little bit just because of internet connection, all that bullshit. But essentially, you're pretty much live. It's like live TV, but it's the internet, so it's even broader. And that can kind of blow somebody's mind and get you, mess with your psyche a little bit, especially when you're trying to shoot a video. Some people, take it better than others. Me, still a little weirded out about it, to be honest. To be 100% completely honest, I think everybody is weirded out about it. But one thing I have to say about doing these beer reviews, and especially even these live reviews, it does help you with public speaking, or at least just speaking to random strangers in general. Me, that definitely helps a lot because I am in the service industry. I talk to random people all the time through my work, whether it be at the Boston Pizza that I work at, or through Black Oak Brewing Company that I work at as well when I go to events or different tastings. Doing YouTube has really, really helped me. So that's something to know. I might do a separate video on the whole dynamics of that, and the whole dynamics of YouTube versus my real life. I don't know. That actually brings me to another thing, is that 2019's just around the corner, guys. Right after Christmas, and I've been doing these reviews for most of the for almost 2 years now. And I kind of want to change things up. I still want to do the beer for sure, 100%, totally beer focused, or at least 90% beer focused. But I want to bring out different content. Maybe I'll save all this information for a separate video. But beautiful beer. See, even with that tangent, I was just talking. I wasn't even drinking the beer. Weird beer, though. Weird. It's like they call it a porter. It's like I would call it like a dark saison. That's what I would call it. Not a farmhouse porter, but hey. Interesting. Interesting. Pretty neat. Pretty neat stuff. I don't know where I stand on this beer. Farmhouse porter. Very interesting style. Like I said, I don't know what the difference would be between if somebody brewed up like a dark saison. Actually, I think I had a dark saison not too long ago from Henderson's Beast, or from Henderson Brewing Company in Toronto. But that was barrel aged, so that was slightly different as well. Farmhouse porters are great if you do like the darkness of a porter, but also like the funkiness of a saison. Great combination, to be honest. Definitely really, really weird, but in a really, really good way. Especially if you definitely have to like saisons to like a farmhouse saison or a farmhouse porter, or maybe even a dark saison. But something very, very interesting. I'm getting a little buzz. I should have had some more chicken wings while I was at work. That's okay. That's okay. I can sleep in, go on my day. I don't have work till later in the evening, so everything's good. Everybody's cool. Let's do it. Moving over to Untapped, I think we're down enough, so we can definitely jump over to Untapped now with and bypass the rest of my rambling. Sorry about that. So Una Belle Histoire has been given a 3.33 bottle caps out of 5, so about half the devil rating, and that's out of 214 ratings. Anybody say anything? Sour, not really. Farmhouse or stout. Well, or sort. I think it's sour or stout. I don't know, but it's not a stout. It's not sour. It's a farmhouse porter. Get it right. I think this one was off very sour. No, I think that's just the farmhouse mixing in with the porterness. I think they might have thought it was more porter heavy, but this is a good balance. Actually, I wouldn't say it's a balance. It's definitely more of a 70-30, I would say. Farmhouse ale versus porter. You do get a lot more tartness, a lot more, tart cherries, sort of thing with a bit of semi-sweetness there. Then you you do get your white grape as well, but you also get that nice hint of, very small hint of chocolate, and a very nice, little robust coffee right in the finish. But definitely, tart cherries is where my mind's going. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Carbonation, effervescence is a pain in the ass sometimes. I think you guys know it, and I know it too. Just gets you right there. It's okay. Yeah, I think some people are a little bit confused. Farmhouse porter, guys. So expect funky, but expect some porter qualities as well. Mm-hmm. And that mouthfeel though, light to moderate to slightly heavy. Woo-hoo! It's a it's almost a jack of all trades in the sense of mouthfeel wise. Interesting beer. Cheers on the final sip, guys. Let's get right to ratings. Hoo-wee. Uh-oh. Un bel history. Farmhouse porter. Interesting beer. Very, very interesting beer. I'm actually a big fan of this beer. You know, the flavors are very unique. Nothing that I've ever had before. I've had them separate, but I've never had a porter and a farmhouse ale put together. And I think it's actually a beautiful combination. It's like a dark saison in a sense. I think when it comes down to it, it's just the brewing process of it, which gives it the name of the style. But very intriguing. Definitely a saison perfect for winter nights, or, well, it's still fall technically, but, colder nights. Very, very amazing. I like it. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for sure. As for presentation, what do I give the other one? 7.5? 7.5. No information on the website, but you know what? Drop it to 7. Drop it to 7. Nothing on the website. Drop it to 7. 7 out of 10 for the presentation. 9.5. I don't remember what I said. 9? 9.5? Somewhere around there. That's okay. 9, 9.5. Perfect. Great beer, great experience for sure. Solid. Now I put my 2 beers in for the night. Good to go. I gotta wrap this up. I'm gonna just relax for the last probably half an hour and probably hit the hay real soon. Well, guys. With all that said, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maple, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. Thank you again for joining me for the 2018 Craft Beer Advent Calendar. I know it is December 19th and we didn't get to the 19th beer, which is somewhere here. Here it is. It's actually in my fridge at the moment. I did pull it out. I don't know what it is. I didn't even look at it. But join me for that tomorrow night. Like I said, these beer reviews might be a little bit, on the back burner. Not on the back burner, but a little bit delayed. Just because of work, the cold. The cold's definitely been a big factor. Excuse me. But this box is getting lighter and lighter. I can do it like this now. Probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't shake it like a baby. But yeah, thank you again for joining me for the Craft Beer Advent Calendar. I really do appreciate it. And you know what? You can always catch me every day up until the up until Thursday. Thursday is my last live stream, and then I'm going away. So the last bit will be pre-recorded and put out every night after that. They haven't even been recorded, to be honest. I still gotta do that. But then again, thank you for joining me. That's gonna do it for me, Maplewski, like I always say. Crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Merry Christmas, guys. You know what? Santa Claus is coming in about 5-6 days. So watch out. Get on the nice list. Have some fun. Drink some beer. Merry Christmas, guys. Cheers. Have a good one. Maplewski is done for tonight. Almost an hour in. That's okay. Bye.